We on?
We're streaming, but I didn't click it over yet. All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Good morning, Hillman Cancer Center. Happy Wednesday to you. Welcome to Cooking for Cancer and Chronic Disease. I'm Danielle Petrina, the project manager for the Wellness and Integrative Oncology program. And this is Angela Zaccanini, our registered dietitian who focuses on lifestyle nutrition. Today we are bringing to you baked tilapia with lemon. Don't get too excited. We're glad to be here with you today. So Ange, kick us off. Also, our chat's up. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to drop them in there. We'll certainly answer them for you.
Yeah. Okay, thank you for joining us this morning. I know you're probably not cooking fish at home at 9 a.m. like we are, but we have a lot going on, as you can see. So fresh tilapia, we have a ton of seasonings. We have shallots, tomatoes, lemons, and feta cheese. Our oven is going to be preheated to 425, so that's going to be your first step. Some other things we have going on here is crushed red pepper, Italian seasoning, minced garlic, smoked paprika, capers, fresh basil, and of course our feta cheese. So you're going to want a deep baking dish like this. This is just a Pyrex glass dish. Your first step is to have the tomatoes. Cherry or grape tomatoes work perfect. And then you're going to want to mince the shallot, which Danielle already did ahead of time, so we weren't crying on the air. Okay, so we're going to add those to the bottom of our baking dish.
Okay. You want to bring it over here?
Yep.
Okay. All of it?
Yep.
Just so I can throw it all in?
Mm-hmm.
Woo, woo. It sounded very like Julia Child, like woo.
Yeah, all the sound effects.
All the sound effects.
Okay, and then if you want to start slicing the lemons, those are just going to be sliced traditionally.
Okay. Saucers.
Okay. Saucers.
Thin saucer? Like this thin and?
Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. And really that's just for that citrus flavor, and you're going to put it on the base of your baking dish. So if you want to eat those with your meal, you certainly can, but it's more or less for the flavor, and then you can toss them once you're done. I am going to add garlic. It calls for 3 garlic cloves, so we like things convenient here. So we have our garlic already minced, and you're just going to add that also to the bottom of the baking dish. So once we add our lemons, all the vegetables, and the citrus is at the bottom of the pan, you're going to want to add 1 tablespoon of olive oil. And I'm going to measure this out today because, you know, I don't normally do that. All right.
Yum. That's pretty, Ange.
It's pretty. All right. And then I'm going to just toss our lemons in. Kind of just
that garlic smells good.
Get them in the bottom. Yep.
For 9 a.m.
Right. Tilapia, not so much.
Yeah, no. Tilapia is a little harsh in the morning.
Meanwhile, I was talking to Dr. Francis about it this morning. I'm like, I'm the one who picked these recipes, so it's like, I can't complain. This is what I did to myself.
This is all your fault.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, so it looks really pretty. Citrus is good. And I'm just going to do, after we just line those up really nicely, I'm just going to do a quick little toss just to get everything mixed in with that olive oil.
Hi, Tara. Thanks for joining us today.
All right.
All right, here, Ange, I'm just going to cut it over to that. Maybe you could tip it a little bit just to show. Yep. Beautiful. All those colors, so nice.
Yeah. And honestly, I think this is a pretty easy weeknight meal because the only chopping you're going to do is that.
Right.
So only the shallot, the lemon, and the tomato is the only thing you're going to cut up, and then a little bit of basil at the end if you choose, maybe some parsley. But besides that, that's the only knife
one dish.
skills you need. Exactly. I can't choose those enough. So simple. All right, so we're going to then just add some salt and pepper, of course. Okay. So I was reading a little bit about capers Do you know what capers are?
No. Way to put me on the spot.
Because I really didn't. I was
Okay.
like, are they a plant? And they are. So they're actually, which now we're going to go to handy Google. So capers are actually an edible flower bud.
Oh,
I know.
I love capers.
They're so great, right?
Yes.
And from Healthline, it says that they are rich in antioxidants, which are compounds that can neutralize our harmful free radicals to prevent cell damage.
Okay.
So it may reduce inflammation and protect against chronic conditions like heart disease, cancer, and type 2 diabetes. So not only capers have those effects, but tomatoes, lemon, shallots, garlic, basil. I mean, just the combination of ingredients in this recipe is a great anti-inflammatory dish.
Okay.
Okay?
Great.
So just to
I'm
give
in.
you that, Google education. All right. So the bottom of our dish is done, except one thing is our crumbled feta. Did you ever see that, like, it went crazy on TikTok, was that baked feta pasta?
I saw the baked feta with like the tomato.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah,
Okay,
so you
yeah.
do the tomatoes and a block of feta in the middle, and then it's like a lot of olive oil, and then you just
It's like
bake
a dip,
it.
right?
Yeah,
Like I think you get bread and you kind
yeah,
of eat it.
but
like
you
that.
can add pasta to it.
I mean, yes, all day. Ange and I, obviously representing our Italian heritage, we're eating pasta all day. So,
All right, so I'm just gonna, yep.
and obviously, if you're a vegan, you can omit the feta.
Yep.
You can also substitute with some vegan cheese as well. Do they sell like vegan feta cheese?
I'm assuming they do.
I
They
mean,
really expanded their vegan
Yep.
options recently, and I'm not going to say that they're good, but maybe they are. I don't know. And I know a lot of people that are pescatarian, which is like they do not eat meat or dairy, but they will eat some fish.
Yeah.
So keep that in mind. Now, tilapia is a very light, mild tasting fish. It's very lean protein. So, and it's very low in calories. So, another quick Google search, 3 ounces of tilapia is only 109 calories and 22 grams of protein.
Wow.
Yeah, so super low calorie, very high in protein for a 3-ounce serving, which is, considered 1 serving of protein. And then it is rich in B12, which a lot of our vegan patients struggle with, or our vegetarian patients struggle with. So if you are a pescatarian and you still include fish, this is a great source to add.
Tara just commented, good to know, my nutritionist wants me to start doing more anti-inflammatory foods. So here you go.
Start with this recipe.
Right. And also, like we say with anything, if you're more of a salmon person, you can certainly
Yes.
substitute in salmon, and then you're able to make that more about you.
Yeah, definitely. Tailor it to what you want. And then, of course, like if you don't like spice or if you don't like capers, you can omit those. We're using crushed red pepper and smoked paprika today, but you
Oh,
can
nice.
use,
Yeah.
traditional paprika. You can omit the crushed red peppers and still get all of those benefits.
So let's talk about the tilapia a little bit. This is fresh tilapia. We got about 2 pounds of it, which, do you know how many fillets are in
Oh my
that?
gosh, there's a lot.
There's a lot.
So 2 pounds, and this is from Whole Foods?
Yes.
Okay. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 additional fillets plus the 4, so 10 fillets.
So 10 fillets, and it was $18.
Yeah.
So something to keep in mind. That's not.
I think that's pretty reasonable. I don't
terribly
know.
priced. You can also, like, if there's not, if fresh tilapia is not, in your reach, not a problem.
Yeah.
Aldi has a frozen option as well. Target has a frozen option as well. And of course, Giant Eagle, Shop and Save, and especially like you don't want 10 fresh fillets. Although I guess you could freeze them, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you could freeze these. There are pros to eating something more fresh, but certainly just being able to cook yourself some fish and getting that into your system is more important.
I think so.
Okay.
I think so. And also, like, if you're making it for a larger group, you can double this up.
Yes,
You
for
know,
sure.
and put another additional 4 fillets, add some more of the bottom toppings, and then just go from there. But I think people would be impressed if you made this.
Oh yeah, because it's
You know,
pretty. Like
it's
I feel like
gorgeous.
the colors are really nice. I'm gonna quickly switch over. Andrew, you move that. I think it's the hot pepper flakes. Yeah, just take a look. You can see it's gonna be beautiful.
Yeah.
Lots of flavor in that too.
Yeah. So I'm just rubbing the fillets with that olive oil. And then we're going to, this is where we get the other spices involved. So you're going to want to sprinkle the tops of the fillets with Italian seasoning, which we have a little spice rack here, and this was on our spice rack. So it's just like a combination of parsley, dried basil, rosemary, thyme. All right. So if you don't have the Italian seasoning, you can kind of get creative with your spices in your cabinet. So, all right. Can't read and do two things. You know this.
I mean, you could also have me do this. Just
This
so
is
you
true.
know.
And then I wrote
here.
with a Sharpie, so I can't
It went
see.
right through?
I'm like reading through what I wrote. You know, this is just another day, another problem. All right. So the Italian seasoning, the ground pepper, and now we're gonna add our crushed red pepper flakes. Again, if you don't want anything spicy, just omit, but you know we love the spice here. So I'm being a little generous.
You are.
All right,
How
smoked
about it?
paprika, one of my favorite spices ever. Smoked paprika.
It's really pretty.
It is real pretty. You're right. All right, and then our final
Oh, I love capers.
ingredient
Dump those on.
is our capers. People, when I was Googling this, a lot of people thought capers were olives, or like within
Oh,
the olive
yeah.
family, which kind of makes sense.
That makes sense.
You know, I would,
It kind of has that salty taste.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. And they're little and round and green.
All the things.
Okay. All right. So, you have your oven preheated to 425. You're going to just,
And will you just tilt that forward
Yep,
just real
sorry.
quick so they can see? Perfect. Thank you. Thank you.
okay.
Yep. Good.
All right, so
Awesome.
you're going to add this to your oven for about 20-25 minutes. I'm going to pull it out a little bit earlier just to show you kind of what everything looks like once it's baked a little bit, but we're going to get started from there. Okay, so do you happen to know what we're doing next week?
I actually pulled it up. So, hold on. We are doing chickpea tacos.
Oh, okay. So here's another vegetarian dish for you. What's cool about this tilapia, I was looking at this before I opened the package, and Whole Foods actually puts like recipe ideas on the packaging.
Oh.
So it says like bake with oil and spices, wrap each fillet in foil, put fillets in a baking dish, bake at 350 for 25 degrees. You want the internal temperature to be about 145 degrees. And then it even says that you can saute with oil, season one side of the fillet, place in the pan, season the other side. Saute the fish without moving for 5 to 8 minutes until the bottom is crispy brown. Turn over for 3 to 5 more minutes, again until that internal temperature is 145. I actually really enjoy this because do you ever get meat and you're like,
What do I do? How long
thank
do I
God
cook
again
it?
for Google.
Right,
Because,
exactly.
I mean, unless you had a million cookbooks and you had it like,
And there's not too many meat products, fish products that you can like go rare.
oh yeah, no.
You know, like, I mean, there's not a lot of that.
No.
So you got to be careful with that.
Yeah, and I think, you know, if you're worried about safety of food and worried about infection and risk, I definitely think investing in a thermometer is important.
Yeah.
Because you do want to make sure that things are cooked to the correct temperature,
feel like
especially beef and
Turkey.
Chicken. Chicken is one
I always pull it out for Thanksgiving. You know, my mom does mainly the cooking, but every now and then I've cooked a turkey, and
Yeah.
you're like, yeah, that thing needs to be.
well,
cooked.
our you know how they have those poppers? They never work.
They never work.
So then you're just like in and out,
Yeah.
checking the temperature. It's not right, or it is, and then it's overcooked
Yeah.
because you've been waiting for the thing to pop and it never pops. I remember just one year, maybe it was last year, that it actually popped, and we were like,
your face today, Ange. Your face. I enjoy it. Oh.
all right. So yeah, I think this recipe is easy, a weeknight staple. And what I've been doing recently is really taking the time to prep and plan my meals out for the week. So like whatever I'm making Monday through Friday, I have it written down. And you know how I am about my notes and notepads
Good
and
note
pens
taker,
and papers.
yes. Holy Hobbit.
Yeah, like my phone is useless to me. I need my notebooks.
Yeah.
So I write down, like I will use my phone to like use Pinterest or Google recipes. I will look in my fridge and pantry to see what I already have, and then I make a grocery list based on the recipes that I choose. And then I try to have something kind of similar throughout the week for breakfast, and then I try to use leftovers for dinner. So it's just kind of getting into this routine where you are taking a little bit extra time on the weekends to prep and plan so that you save yourself time and energy during the week, because I know if I don't,
You're getting takeout.
I'm getting takeout, or I'm eating something that's quick and a snack because it's just like
Whatever's there.
whatever's there.
You know, and takeout's just not even like that good anymore.
For how expensive
It's
it
expensive.
is, no.
I just feel like it's not even, and then it's like, I don't know, you get it, and even if you try to do a healthier version of it, it's not all that great. It's just a lot of money.
Yeah.
I mean, right now to eat out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I get it, but I think that you can, this, you're definitely spending $20 probably total.
For this meal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not including how much I purchased for this. I obviously
Yeah,
I mean,
like
I said
this was
2 pounds, but like that's 2 pounds.
That's a lot of protein.
Yes.
And a lot of these things you probably do have on hand, I'm assuming.
Right. It's just more like your feta cheese, your tomatoes, the onion, and the lemon you might not exactly have.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'll tell you, I went to Aldi on Monday on our day off, and I got a chuck roast, 2 salmon fillets, chicken breasts, and all my other things like Greek yogurt. I got tons of vegetables. I got a mixed green salad. I had to get just staples, and it was $90. And that's going to feed me and my family for the week.
Yeah.
And I'm going to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yeah.
So to me, I do go to Aldi because
I go to Aldi.
You know, to be honest, if I went to Giant Eagle and got the same things, it would have probably been easily
$1.30 at least.
Yeah. So, but you do get gas perks.
I know, you do get the
So
gas
it's like-
perks. I did start doing, when we moved back in September and we're closer to like a super Walmart, and they do a delivery. And I started doing my shopping through there.
Yeah,
you get 2% back. I get my groceries delivered because,
I mean,
why not?
Why not?
But it is nice to go to the store just to kind of see things.
And to pick your produce.
And
That's
to
my
pick your
biggest
produce.
thing. Yeah.
But the one thing that they sell, and my daughter loves them, it's sliced apples. Like a nice big container of already sliced apples, and it's so great.
can't beat
Just
that.
like everybody kind of like eats out, and they're like $6-7, and it's like a big container.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's for the whole week for our family. So just some things and ideas of like how we obviously know things are just continuing to go up in price, and how we can better serve you. We just kind of do Whole Foods because they deliver here for us, and sometimes we need that convenience based upon our clinic schedule.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but always trying
So don't
to
feel like you have to go to Whole Foods or Trader
gosh,
Joe's or
no.
anything like that.
whole
Whatever
paycheck is what I call it.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
don't
Whatever
even
you
think
have
that
is
need
going
to
to
do
work.
those.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Ange, you want to pull it out real quick?
Yeah.
Because I'm kind of a little. This is just a little bit of what it's going to look like. Ange will actually post on our Instagram page. So if you don't
The
follow
final
us,
product, yeah.
follow us. It's UPMC Cancer Wellness.
Wellness, yep.
Your Ange's mom commented, Norma, she's spoiling us with meals. So
See, I have been
Ange
really
cooks for her family.
prepping and planning my meals out because it wasn't so good before the new year. These are all my resolutions, by the way, my goals.
It's January 18th, and you're still
I'm
doing
still
it.
sticking with it.
That's right.
So we're going to
That's-
keep pushing through.
That's a miracle in and of itself. And your mom is testifying to it.
Yes.
So
Thanks, Mom.
That's great.
I did quickly, before I pull this out, I just wanted to give you the nutrition facts because this recipe is from a couple cooks, that blog we really love. One serving is 320 calories and 39 grams of protein, very rich in vitamin D. There's calcium, potassium, vitamin B, tons of vitamins, really high in protein and not so high in calories. So I think this is a great option. And this does serve 4, at least from what we made. Again, if you get 20 fillets like we got, I mean, you can make more.
All right, it was 10. Calm down,
So this is definitely going to need cooked a lot longer.
We just want you to see kind of what it would look like. Ange, if you could tilt. Ange, watch your fingers.
I
It
forgot.
just came out of the...
Yeah, I know.
Oh, I am not cooking
Thanks
next
for being
week.
here.
So you can see that.
It
Yeah.
smells so good.
It does smell really good.
Yeah.
So Ange will post, so please follow us online. And then just a reminder, join our email list. So this is Ange's email address, the longest last name known to man. But if you would join that, we send you one weekly email either on a Monday or Tuesday, just sending you the link to our YouTube page. Make sure you like and subscribe, the link for the recipe, and then a link to a survey. So if there's anything you would like us to cook, do more of, do less of, please leave that feedback. We'd love to know. And again, we don't spam you, but that email address is at the bottom. And then join us next week, same time, same place, for chickpea tacos. Thanks so much, guys. Have a great rest of your week.